What's going on, people? It's your boy, Stay Connected, people. About to react to this clip, people, of Myron breaking down and exposing Sadia calm people and never ever take dating advice from a female, people. That's the title of the video. And yeah, people, man, he's about to break down why you can't take most of these dating coaches as female dating coaches seriously. But yeah, people, man, we're about to get into this clip right about now. Let's go, people. Let's go, people, man. Let's go.
And this is why female dating coaches will never understand. She's taking my position, misrepresenting it, and then saying, oh yeah, they're telling you to treat women like shit. No, you put them through their fucking paces. But again, women don't go through the hero's journey. Women don't do hazing. Women don't go through a rite of passage like men do. So this whole concept to her is a foreign concept. She doesn't understand it because she's a woman. Sadia Khan is a fraud. She's been talking shit on me for years after I refused to platform her on Fresh and Fit because of her entitled attitude when I was in Dubai 1 to 2 years ago. She was just exposed for allegedly cheating with an engaged man as a side piece, undermining her credibility. Years ago, I called out her claims of being in a long-term relationship and presenting herself as a high-value woman, despite the fact that I knew for certain she was actually single and purposely lying on every podcast she went on earlier in her career. The worst part, men take her seriously, spending thousands on her consultations. Let me be clear, gentlemen. Female dating coaches advising men are generally ineffective. Why? Because women cannot fully empathize with the male experience. They'll never live it or truly understand it. Women navigate dating with inherent advantages, making it nearly impossible for them to offer practical strategies to boost your sexual market value, or SMV, or effectively approach women as a man because they have a zero clue. Never ask the fish how to fish, ask the fisherman. And now I'm
That is true, because we live two completely different lives, people. It is so true. Women can't tell men how to act. A man can't tell a woman how to act as well. We live two completely different lifestyles. You know what I mean? You know, we're two different people, two different sets. So the male and female experience is way different, man. Totally different. I truly believe in that as well, people, man. And that's just not me rage baiting, saying that and all sorts like that. We literally live two different lives. You know what I mean? We go through different experiences and what we like and the things that we get into, you know what I mean? In terms of sports, hobbies, most of the times, there's different dynamics of stuff, innit? That we are totally different as human beings, men and women. That's true.
going to kind of go through a bunch of this shit with
people. What do you think about this anyway? Do you disagree with that? What Myron said? Or did you agree with his what he's saying right there? Let me know your thoughts and opinion.
You guys, and we're going to respond to some of this stuff. She's going to start talking shit about me here in this interview about debunking my book. Because when I came and did the interview with Mike Thurston, we talked about my book, Why Women Deserve Less, because I had released it that year. I released it like February 14th. I released it on Valentine's Day, actually, which makes it kind of funny. And then I went to Dubai. So anyway, we're going to break down this interview.
There's a lot of Red Pill stuff out there. And even I was getting worried. I was like, I don't want this podcast to start going down that route.
What were some of the most scandalous things that I can try and debunk?
You have to read his book.
Absolutely not.
You have to read the book.
I would rather eat
So bitch didn't even read my book, but she's over here talking shit.
carpet. I'm not going to read his book. That would be an insult to my brain cells.
I think it was just the way he was going on about how women are technically adding less value in society, so they deserve less out of it. That's very generalized.
How they define value.
Well, it's more than that. It's also that I tell guys, you got to prioritize yourself over women, because the problem is that, number one, you have to provide a whole bunch of value to even get dates. And then number two, women are super hypergamous nowadays and bring their own value. So you need to bring, number one, create a bunch of value for yourself and then not make women the priority. Make yourself the priority, become successful, and then women are a byproduct of it.
It's like,
you know what he's just said there, I find that, yeah, from my experience in that, yeah, definitely, like, when you not even just watch Fresh and Fit and stuff, like, you watch these other podcasts, what do the main women say? We want a guy who has this type of money, that money, I want to be living comfortably, then I want to have children, I want to have a big family. So they're really, like, telling you what they truly expecting a man in it and all sorts like this, the providing way in it, and that breakdown right there is so true, people. But most females are just going to be like, no, I want to go 50-50, blah 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 blah. There might be some that might want to do that. I'm not taking that away, people, but most women are going to tell you, I want this extreme man, and they all say the same thing in different podcasts. I think that's the point that Myron's trying to make here.
We build the infrastructure, we build the roads, we build this and that and the other, and it's just like,
I mean, it's true though, we do. We built loads of things. There might be a few things that women have actually created, but I would like to know myself who has made things that you can say, yo, I made this. Not they helped a man build it. What have they built? And then if there is actual facts there that are actual facts that women have built something, then and it's credible sources, then yeah, then we can say, you know what, there's a person who built this by herself.
but that's not society. Society
That is society. What are you talking about? Without roads, without infrastructure, there is no society.
is also who teaches children how to eat, who teaches children what time to go to bed, who teaches
These are things that you can learn on your own.
children like they don't look at life through the lens of a child, and that's not the person who you should listen to advice from. Listen to the person who understands what children need from a mother and what children need from a father. I've heard some red pill talk say, children don't need a father to be present.
And this is why single fathers do better than single mothers. If mothers were so imperative, right, where that kid would be a fuck up without the mother, why is it that single fathers do better in every single category than single mothers? So, debunked again.
I will say that there is exceptions to the rules, though. There are a few that can do it. That's where I will say to Myron, there's a few that actually can do it, that are actually good parenting and actually can do it. So, but I think he's talking about the majority. I think that's where he's coming from. Because little girls look up to their dad, the sons look up to their dad. Yeah, the daughter can look up to the mum and take inspiration to the mum as well. The son can be like, that's my mum and all sorts. But most of the time, the children are gonna be like, that's my dad. You know what I mean? The many went dad in their life, innit? That's why they talk about two parents household.
They just
a
need a
better thing
father
for
to come
society.
once in a while, give them an inspiration, and then go. But
And mind you, guys, she didn't even read my book, so she's literally talking out of her ass right now. She didn't even read my book by her own admission.
that's not true. Women don't need, especially girls, they need a consistent father figure. They need a father that they can call. When
Oh, thanks for proving my point that fathers are needed.
Well, that's your first
what you just
YouTube
said.
video
Inshallah,
idea.
yeah.
Reviewing that book.
Absolutely not. Because what if somebody
No.
reads it?
No, but like that would be a great video because
I need to do a conversation with Myron at some point.
you
Myron
need
Impression Fit. I
an
will do it.
opposing point of view. You need to be that person who debunks.
Yeah, and was there anything else that I should debunk on that?
Yeah, there was a lot. That's why you need to read it and review
So this is the beginning of her talking smack, right?
it.
I can't read that book.
You can.
My brain, I can't dishonor my brain
The book is literally less than 100 pages, and you can get it on audio too.
by reading that book. But I'll try and listen to bits and bobs of it. I will try and listen to bits and bobs. But what I would say is when you're consuming content as a man,
It's funny because she took a bunch of my talking points, but she says that I don't want to read it.
and if you leave the content feeling
crazy.
more angry and negative about relationships rather than inspired on how to make it better, stop watching it. Stop watching it. Just stop. Men and women.
Okay, so this is women, right? This is like a perfect example of women operating on, since they operate on easy mode, dating isn't as frustrating for them. So as a man, right? Like, not only do you have to be attractive, but you still got to deal with bullshit to get women. Now, with women, they don't have to do anything.
Trust me, he's not wrong, man. Trust me, he is not wrong. Like, I've heard some things about, the silliest things about, this guy has got this, he's trained his little off, and this and that. And like, these people, they're like, nah, they dress well. But it was just the little things that bug her. So they're like, I don't want to be with you.
The men come to them. So every mistake that they make with women is their fucking fault. That makes sense? Sorry, every mistake that they make with men is their fucking fault. Let's say you got two individuals, right? One party has to make money to buy water. The other party is offered water just by existing. The party that has to buy the water, he has to buy the water, taste it, and realize it's bad. But he had to put in the work, get the money to spend said money to get water to drink it. The other party has an assortment of water, different bottles of water, and they go ahead and decide and pick the wrong water and it tastes bad. Who's worse? The person that had the selection of water and just picked the wrong one, or the person that had to work, get the money, and then buy the water? You can make the argument that the person that had the choice of water and didn't have to pay for it, they're retarded and they deserve the bad tasting water. Why? Because
yeah, that's true, people, man. That's true.
They had the ability and the choice to look at all the other bottles of water there, get a sip here in there, and they still picked the wrong water. Meanwhile, you as the man, you gotta fucking make money, get status, buy the water to realize it sucks. Or you could be a nigga like me. You could watch a nigga like me, who's a water reviewer, and I tell you the design is bad. I tell you the Aquafina's trash. I tell you Fiji's a scam. And then you're like, okay, I need to get my own water and filter it. There you go.
Welcome, punch!
Right? So with men, a lot of the times, unless they're smart, they got to drink bad water to figure it out. But they have to earn the ability to drink the water in the first place. Women, on the other hand, are offered the water. So when she's saying shit, like if you're watching content and it makes you mad, it's bad, she's speaking from a position of privilege, because women don't deal with the same frustration in dating as men. The frustration from women is self-imposed.
That's true. That's true.
Okay? It's self-imposed because they picked that guy who was the wrong guy, and then they get shit on and they get mad. Versus for the men, we have to fucking be in a position where the girl will even pick us. Does that make sense, chat? When she says shit like, oh, if the content makes you mad, it's bad. It's not about making you mad. It's about men have been lied to about bitches for so long that of course they're going to be mad when they finally figure out the truth. Men, since the beginning of their life, from being a little boy, they're told, treat women well, be a gentleman, open a door, for a lady, ladies first, all this shit. We are indoctrinated from a young age to pedestalize women. So when you finally find out that being a nice guy is a waste of fucking time and these bitches don't appreciate it, guess what happens? You fucking rage because everything were told about was a lie. Women, on the other hand, are not taught how to
That's true, man. Before cheated. That's true.
treat men well. They're not taught to be fucking good ladies around men. They're not taught to do anything really for the express consent of men at all. So when women watch content on men and they rage, a lot of the times it's because they made bad fucking decisions. They at least got the privilege of dealing with the opposite gender to learn. Men don't. A lot of the times when girls end up hating men, it's their fucking fault. And most of the time, if we're gonna go all the way, most of the time that I've seen girls hate men, you wanna know why? 9 out of 10 times when girls hate men, they're fucking sluts. They're sex workers. They're strippers. They're porn stars. They're OnlyFans girls. They're women that basically see the evilest side of men, aka the perverse sexual nature of perverts. That's what, most of the time when I deal with women that they say I hate men, they're whores. They're whores. Meanwhile, with men, you could take the nicest guy, you could take the fucking best guy, because a lot of times they're innocent. They're just taught from a young age, be a good guy, all this other shit. Then they wake up to female nature. Yeah, they're going to be pissed because they've been lied to. They've been lied to. At least with bitches, they understand and they deal with men from the beginning, so they kind of know what it is. With men, we don't find out damn near till it's too late sometimes with these girls. So when Sadia Khan says this stupid shit about, the content shouldn't make you mad, she clearly doesn't understand the male struggle, because most guys have been lied to about women for the majority of their adult life, and they don't figure out the truth about women until they've been burned. Whether they lost thousands of dollars, they've been to jail for domestic violence, they got a fucking Me Too accusation against them, they got kicked out of a school, they got their heart broken, lost a lot of money, whatever the fuck it is. Men typically don't learn about female nature until it fucking hurt them physically or financially. Women, on the other hand, deal with men all the time and they get burned for being whores. So one side of frustration comes from being lied to. The other side of frustration comes from lying to yourself. The men are lied to about women by society. The women lie to themselves. That's
Do you think that's true, people, man? Do you think that's true, yeah? Let me know.
the key distinction.
They pick wisely. They pick super wisely. They're highly selective with the women that they choose. And then when they've chosen her correctly, they spoil her endlessly. They put her through the ringers. It's like, you know, when you go to 6-7 rounds of an interview to get into those.
And the thing is, this is what truly high value men do, which is interesting that she's talking about this when I've been telling guys to vet girls for years now.
Corporate jobs, they make you go through interview after interview after interview, a bit like going to a Harvard application. When you get to Harvard, they treat you well. Your life is set.
I've literally used that example. Bro, she be watching my shit and biting my shit.
That's what they say about Just Powell, though, innit? Like, these female dating coaches be doing that as well. Even Just Powell does that, innit? They'd be criticizing her as well.
Bro.
But up until that point, they put you through it. What Fresh and Fit teach is take any kind of woman and then don't give her too much, play games, treat her harshly.
Oh, she hates.
That's not what high value men do. They've got a reputation.
See, you guys saw what she did there? She takes my talking point because I've literally used the Harvard example and law firm example plenty of times. She bastardizes my position, and then she tries to say that we tell guys to use and abuse girls. No, we tell them to put them through a fucking vetting process where she's got to prove that she's worthy. It's not enough for her to just come with her fucking resume. She's got to be put on probation as well. When I was an agent, and I became an agent with HSI, guess what they did? The first year you're on probation, even though I went through the background check, I went through the fucking urine test, I went through the fucking, all the bullshit, credit checks, all that shit. They still had me on a probationary period for a year, even after I got the job. Why? Because now they got to see if I'm fit for the job. I have the qualifications now to see if I actually qualify. Same exact thing with women. She has the resume, cool. We're going to put you through your paces for 6 months to a year. Probationary period. And this is, again, explains what I'm talking about when it comes to women like Sadia Khan. And this is why female dating coaches will never understand. She's taking my position, misrepresenting it, and then saying, oh yeah, they're telling you to like treat women like shit. No, you put them through their fucking paces. But again, women don't go through the hero's journey. Women don't do hazing. Women don't go through a rite of passage like men do. So this whole concept to her is a foreign concept. She doesn't understand it because she's a woman. And she also doesn't understand.
Yeah, that is true, people, man. We have to learn women. Women that have to learn us. Maybe until late. That's true, We all have to learn something about each other.
That since women have so much goddamn leverage in relationships, you must fucking put her through her paces and have her qualify to you for 6 months to a year. But since women are never in a position where they have to vet their partner to the same degree that men have to vet their partners, she has no fucking idea. And this is another example of what I mean when I say female dating coaches are retarded. They operate with many blind spots. And though she's bastardizing and taking my talking point, she can't actually explain it, which you guys can see right now.
They can't just take any old girl and then try and train her. They ain't got time for that. They take a woman who's been well trained by her family. This is what.
Yeah, that cuts the fucking learning curve down. And I literally say all the time, get a girl that comes from a good family. What the fuck is she talking about? Again, totally mischaracterizing my position. Doesn't understand proper dynamics.
Hi guys. So.
All right, so this is.
You can definitely tell she's talking points as Myron, innit, or dating points as mine or other people's points. You can definitely see and twist it.
This is her.
About a year ago, I messaged Myron from Fresh and Fit to
This is her responding, right?
appear on his show. I see there's no criteria to be on his show. You could literally be a circus freak or an OnlyFans, or you could be a dead dog and they'll have you on. So I was like, okay, I'll message him and I'll debate him, like, because I disagree with a lot of red pill content. So I messaged him, and here's the message I sent to him below.
She says she disagrees with the red pill content, but she literally takes our fucking talking points.
He responded with just LOL.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, and he didn't respond anything else. So I thought
sounds like me.
that was a bit weird, because I was like, why would you, like, you're always looking for people to be on your show. So I messaged his manager and I said, is there an issue there? And his manager immediately, this is his manager's message, and then this is what his manager replied. And so essentially the impression I got is any woman on the planet can be on their show except for women with substance. And this is his version of me begging. I didn't beg him, but I did say to him, come, let's go, let's do this properly. If you want to do this, let's do this. I'm more than happy to. I'm very polite in person. I'm not actually going to fight you. But he ran away from the conversation and is now saying I begged him.
It's clear to me.
Now, and there's a reason why she didn't show you guys the full DMs. As you guys can see here, it went a little bit longer than that. And I did tell
Yeah, you definitely got to expose everything, not the some of it.
Tell her like, yo, if you want to come on.
That's if you have receipts to anything or any situation in particular.
You have to bring on your friends. Like, I don't want to just talk to you one-on-one. Like, this is zero benefit for us. Because when I was in Dubai, I was like, look, I'm cool. I'm down to do it, but we're not going to give you a one-on-one interview, bro. I'm not Mike Thurston. You know what I mean? I don't give women one-on-one interviews. I think I've done like 2 one-on-one interviews with women in my life. One was with Michaela Peterson and then Candace Owens. And honestly, the only woman I'll talk to one-on-one is Candace Owens. So when she said that, I was like, bro, why did she show all the DMs? She only showed that. But the reason why she didn't show the rest of the DMs is because it makes her look really bad. She only showed the part where I said LOL. You know what I mean? Like, oh, why are you running and shit like that? She could have absolutely come on if she had her friends, but I just didn't want to talk to her one-on-one. Like, for what?
What's happening is men think that they're in control more than they actually are. Men think they're the pigs because, well, especially with the podcast scene, they'll tell you, oh, women, she ages out at 30, or this woman, yeah, Myron, dumbass.
She hates Myron, boy.
Definitely smarter than you, because you take my fucking talking points. But she says, Myron, dumbass.
But they'll say women age out at 30. Women, your timeline is so short. They don't realize that for women, especially in this day and age, the timeline is endless.
Really? Is that why at 30 years old, like 80% of your eggs are gone? Is that why at 35 it's a geriatric pregnancy? Is that why that you having a kid past 35, you have a fucking slimmer chance of being able to bring that child to terms and birth? Is that it, like I'm a dumbass for acknowledging biology that doctors have said? Like, this isn't my opinion. This is fact. And this is what I'm talking about when I say women are stupid, right? Like, she's sitting here speaking against science. Like, I didn't just like make these ideas out of a fucking vacuum that women have a clock. I didn't just like come out of nowhere and be like, yeah, you know, at 30 years old, you're cooked. No, we have a plethora of fucking scientific evidence to back up what the fuck I'm saying. At 30 years old, the majority of your eggs are gone. By 35 years old, it's a geriatric pregnancy, which means high risk. I'll even use a personal anecdote. So, as you guys know, me and Angie are no longer together. One of the main reasons I harbor no resentment towards her is because she wants a family. And not only does she want a family, but she's 27. She's getting older. She's very aware of biology. And not only is she aware of biology, she listens to me talk about biology all the time. If I'm not ready to have a family right now and her clock is ticking and I talk about the clock ticking all the time, who the fuck am I to tell her to wait?
Yeah, that's true. That's why I have respect for Myron, man, because he didn't have to. He could have just like led her on in it to thinking that there was going to be a family between these two, but he said, nah, I can't even do that because I talk about this stuff on my podcast. Why am I going to just talk about it and not be about it?
Fuck am I to sit here and be like, oh, well, I know I talk about this stuff on my podcast all the time about women being on a time clock, but you're not gonna adhere to that. You gotta go on my fucking timeline. I don't just fucking talk the talk, I walk the walk. So when she said that I want a fucking family, and me being keenly aware of female biological limitations, I did not get angry at her. I did not get mad at her. How dare I fucking sit here and tell women, you're fucking cooked at 30, and then do that to a girl that I'm supposed to care about. So even though it didn't benefit me, the truth is the truth, and I stand on what I say, and I stand on my world beliefs, even if it hurts me. That's how I am. The truth is the truth. I truly do believe in what the fuck I say. So when Sadia Khan is over here fucking lying to all the women, saying that I'm a dumbass for acknowledging biological truths that doctors even tell women, and she's over here saying women's timeline is endless. Here, I'll let y'all hear it for yourselves. This is what I'm telling you guys when I tell you guys that women are delusional. Even the most red-pilled of women that are aware are still delusional and stupid. As you guys can see here.
They'll tell you, oh, women, she ages out at 30, or this woman, yeah, Myron, dumbass. But they'll say women age out at 30. Women, your timeline is so short. They don't realize that for women, especially in this day and age, the timeline is endless. When a woman turns 20,
the timeline is endless. Spewing out propaganda bullshit.
She's got every guy from 18 to 30 following her and messaging her. But when she turns 30, she's just got the same amount of men just pushed forward. It's 30.
Yeah, but her ability to have children and her youth and her beauty has faded significantly by the time she's 30.
To 40. When she turns 40, there are still men 40 to 60 seeing her as a young chick.
But they can't have a family with her, and she's never going to be able to compete with the women that are 20. And this is what she's missing. And again, this is why, another perfect example of why you don't listen to female dating coaches. This is why you don't listen to them. Because no matter how old a man is, 40, 50, 60, he's always going to be attracted to women in their 20s. just because he'll date a woman in her 40s or just because he'll give the time of day to a woman in her 30s does not mean that he's not attracted to women in their fucking 20s, you dumb bitch. And this is why female dating coaches are so fucking useless, dude, because they operate from a position of complete blindness. They don't know what it's like to be a man. They don't know what the masculine journey is like. They don't know that as men get more options, they go younger and younger. They don't know that a guy that does have his money together might have a rotation of girls. Yes, he might be dating your 40-year-old ass, but he'll have a 21-year-old on the side, maybe an 18-year-old over here, and a 25-year-old here. But she doesn't understand this because she's stupid.
Yeah, she don't know the male experience. She's only talking for the male experience because she thinks that's what she thinks. She's not really truly telling. She really can't speak on us the way she can because we work in different timing. That's true.
And quite frankly, she doesn't understand because she's a side chick.
If she's attractive, her queue is endless.
Her queue is endless for sex. Or being a side chick like you are. Literally. Her queue is endless if she's going to be a side chick, which is what you subjected yourself to.
And what men think is, oh, but she's 35, she's over. Oh, but she
is. That's how men think.
She's been with guys. So it doesn't work like that anymore.
That is how it works. Well, how the fuck are you going to tell men how it works for us? Again, operating from a position of complete blindness. This is why I so strongly tell you guys to never listen to female dating coaches, bro. They don't know what the fuck you think. They cannot empathize with you. And even when they give you advice, they're too stupid to have the wherewithal to understand that this advice is not to your benefit. I tell you guys, stay away from women in their 30s. Why? Because they have bad habits. They're stuck in their ways. They're not going to submit. They think that they're better than you or they think that they're equal to you. You're playing on someone else's saved game. You're trading someone else's Pokemon. You're better off getting a younger girl that's going to listen to you and do what she's supposed to do for you. Especially if she didn't come from a good father. But what is Sadia Khan saying? Oh, it's endless at 30. It's still okay. In other words, what she's subtly saying is, it's okay for you as a man to be with an older woman. No, it's not. In most scenarios, being with a woman that's in her late 20s or into her 30s is going to create inherent problems for you guys. In most situations, unless she comes from a strong family, her dad taught her right, most of the time, women that are of this age group are going to be problematic. There's a reason why, if you see a girl and she's in her 30s and she's single, something is wrong with her. Listen to me very fucking closely. If there's one thing you guys are going to take away from this broadcast is this, when it comes to the whole female thing. If you meet a girl and she's in her 30s and she's single, something is wrong with her, okay? I'm going to say that again for you niggas. If you meet a girl and she's in her 30s and she's single, something is wrong with her. That is a big fucking red flag. Now, does it mean every single girl who's in her 30s is broken and bad? No, there's always going to be exceptions. Let's say her husband died. Fair. She's widowed. Let's say the man was abusive. Her ex-husband was abusive and she had to get out the relationship because he was attacking her. Fair. There are always exceptions. And this is where it comes to you as the man to be able to decide which exceptions are worthy to you. But what I am saying is, in general, 9 out of 10 times, if you meet a woman who's attractive, that's single in her 30s, something is wrong with her. And you need to fucking investigate. And you need to find out why. Meanwhile, dumbass Sadia Khan is telling you guys to not only look the other way and not investigate, but that this girl is on her incline. That she's great. Fuck no. Fuck no. And any female dating coach that tells you guys to date older women as a primary strategy is fucking stupid and doesn't understand the plight of being a man.